Well, here we are again, folks, with another product review. This is the DEERFAMY new tent stove, stainless steel, that they've come out with, and I'm going to do an unboxing of it. I've already opened it, but I ain't even pulled it out yet. It's still wrapped in its plastic and everything, but I wanted to get this set up, do this review. This, I do know, weighs about 24 pounds. Comes with everything you need. With your, I think enough pipe that it's 6 foot with pipe. It does have a inline pipe dampener built in, plus the spark arrestor. It's got guide ropes, so you can use it. You know, this is for a hot tent, but it doesn't have to be used just for a hot tent. You can set it on your back deck and not use all the pipe, and just have a small portion of it coming up, just to have a nice evening, you know, a little fire. I do know, instead of having a window in the door, it has windows on the sides. It has the pull-out ash tray, so you can dump your ashes. It's about the same size, like I said, as about the same size as the first tent stove I did for DEERFAMY. That's all black. That one weighs about 25 pounds. It came with everything. Had the window in the front instead of the sides. Did not have a dampener inline on the pipe sections. I had to buy that separate. But pretty much everything that was in that one's in this one. Other than it does have that inline pipe dampener. So we're going to get this thing unboxed. I'm going to get the camera set up so you can see me as I'm unboxing it. And we're going to put it together, and we're going to give it the first test burn. I hope my wood is dry enough. We had some rain, thunderstorms yesterday, so I don't know how good and dry this wood is. But we're going to do a test burn the best we can. So stick with us. Okay, now you're probably not going to be able to see me, but you're going to see what's in the box. Of course, we got the cover on it. You can see down inside the box here, we have the tent stove user's guide. It's just one sheet, and basically it shows you the instructions to putting it together. It does show the main body. It shows it has 6 pieces of pipe. It has a base. You have what they call a furnace cover. It has a long handle. It has 2 short handles. It has a long cylinder. It has a M8 screw. You have one of those. You have an Allen wrench. It comes with a set of gloves and what they call an iron hook. That's to kind of rake your ashes, stoke your fire. And it goes through showing you how to set up in steps. And then you flip it over and you have these steps. Show them put the pipes together, shows it in the tent stove, and shows you guiding it. So it's very simple. Here's the gloves that come with it. Breathable, cut resistant, anti-skid, 5-star Protect cut resistant gloves. Cut resistant, anti-skid design, lightweight and comfortable protection, high breathable. So we'll get this out, and then we'll start unpacking the stove. Okay, so this is down in the styrofoam. Here's the top, and it's quite heavy, fairly thick. I don't have my calipers out here to measure. And I'm going to try to get this thing up out of the box. It's packed very well. I don't know if you can see in here or not. All this styrofoam. Here is the iron rake for stoking your fire, raking out the coals. This is the stove. Here's your door, your ashtray, and it's got legs that fold. These sides raise up. And you should be able to see it's got a window there, has a window there. I like this because these can also act as carry handle. So you can carry this. And if you don't need to use them, you can put them down to the side. Okay, now I'm going to get around to the front and show you what we have in the front. I will have to put on my glasses so I can see. Here in the front, like I said, you have the door. Got the DEERFAMY logo. This is also a airflow. Don't have the knob on it, but it opens up and closes. We're going to unpack the inside. Some hardware. That's your handles and stuff. First section of pipe. Here's the one that has the dampener, and it's marked off and on. And I don't know if you can see inside. There you go. There it'd be on. Trying to get it in the camera so you can see. There it'd be off. So that is a nice feature that they have upgraded their tent stove to have that, so you don't have to go out and buy it. Here's your spark arrestor. Got the little D-rings on the side to hook your guide rope. They're riveted in. And the rest of this is just the sections of pipe. Another section. And you got 6 sections of pipe, and then this is a piece that goes on here, and then this thing has a, there's the drawer it comes out, your ash drawer, which also has your airflow, and it has cardboard out very heavy duty grate in it, if you can see that. So I'm going to get the tools out. They supply you with an Allen wrench, which also has a Phillips head screwdriver on the end. I'll get this ready to put together. Okay, another nice feature about this. All this sheet metal is all riveted. It's not screwed, it's all riveted. So, get in here. There's the handle. Here's the two smaller handles. And here is the Allen wrench Phillips. Now the Allen wrench you use to loosen these Allen head screws. Just enough that your pipe goes in, and you can see here this has big hole here, small slot here, that's for the head to go through and to lock it down. You turn it to lock it down, then tighten up all the screws. There's only 3. I'm going to make sure you get these secure. Now I assume for portability and carrying it, you can loosen these and take them off, but for me, the way this top is designed for carrying, you'll notice that when this comes up, if you wanted to carry it, there we go, it clears that pipe. You can see here where the pipe is. It clears it. So now I'm going to install the handles on it. The one for the ashtray, you take the screw out, and you'll see there's a collar right here. Okay, I got the screw off. There's the collar, and you can see these holes. These holes are for venting. But you open this up, put that screw through, put the collar on, and then screw on your handle. Okay. And take the provided tool and tighten the screw down. And there you go. Now these two knobs, this is your air inflow right here through the door. You screw that on. And you open and close. That's closed. That's open. And then on the handle for the door, you screw that on and tighten it. Okay. Now you can open up and close. Now, as I mentioned, there are screws, especially here on this hinge point here. Take your pair of pliers, find you the wrench, tighten this up a little bit. It's got a lock washer. You can see how my handle stays up, and even I have to force it down, and that's the way I like it. Now the one thing I did note is there is no gasket around the door. Like I said, everything here is pop riveted in. There's a few things that have screws, like for the glass, to hold the glass in. On the sides there are screws. There's welded clamps on the inside that hold the glass in place. This is fiberglass. Everything else is pop riveted mostly. This dampener here, there is no knob. So if you're going to open and close it, this raking tool, you'd have to use that. That'd be a little downfall. I wish they had provided a knob like this, at least on one of these, on one side or the other, so you could open and close it without maybe mistakenly reaching down here to open it or close it. But like I said, you could use the tool and slide it open or close it. That's the only thing that I find kind of wrong. This handle is just for pulling this out. It's not for opening and closing this airflow. I'm gonna get ready to set it down, put the chimney on, and get ready to have a fire in it, and we'll just see how everything goes. Okay, I did check, and the rope and stakes for tying off the chimney do not come with this tent stove like it did with the other DEERFAMY tent stoves. So you have to make up your own ropes, have your own stakes. And I would suggest on your ropes and stuff for this, since this has the D rings, I would get some sort of clip, carabiner type, something that might withstand some heat. So you're not tying a rope directly to this. You got a small, could be those S-type hooks that you can hook to your rope and then hook to this. You're going to have them stretched out. They're not going to be against the pipe. I'm still trying to find a place that's somewhat level. There we go. And now these pipes are made to slide over top. There's the first one. This is the one with your dampener on it. Like I said, these all kind of slide together. I hope after a fire they slide apart as easy as they go together. Some of these kind of do feel like they're going to be snug. And then the last two pieces, your spark arrestor, you need to get it on before you put it all the way up. I'll try to take the camera and let you see this from back. And you can see here, it is kind of flimsy. That's the reason why you need those guide ropes on it. If you had it in a tent and the wind was blowing, this is going to move. The ropes and stakes will keep that from happening. Like I said, I wish they would have included that like they did with their first stove, but oh well, they do what they want. I mean, this here is the biggest. I can live with this. Getting my own stakes, making my own guide ropes. This is the best thing they could have done, was to include this. I wish they'd have had this with their other tent stove. Okay, I'm trying to stand back far enough so you can see that chimney from the stove. It's supposed to be, I think, 6 feet. So now the next thing to do is to get something in there and get a fire going and give you some video of it. It didn't take all that long to assemble. Of course, me doing a video explaining things, it does take longer putting it together, but if I was just putting it together, it doesn't take nothing to put it together. You're just putting 3 knobs on, putting the top piece on for the chimneys to start to be put on, and it's done. So let me get this back on the tripod and we find some dry wood and get some fire going in it. We'll see how it works. Okay, I started a fire. Had to use some newspaper to get it going because the wood is damp. I don't know how good it's going to go, but got all the airflow open and you can see the smoke coming from the chimney. So we just have to wait and see how it's going to do. Hopefully it'll get that wood going. And we'll see how it does, because with any stove you got to burn it in. Now of course it's probably going to smoke up the glass. And I've got sun glaring on this side. But we'll be able to tell, because with any fire you're going to start seeing the stainless change colors. Don't see no smoke coming out of the door. It's all coming out of the chimney. Got the dampener on the pipe all the way open. Got the ashtray dampener airflow open and the door airflow open. So hopefully it will start that couple logs and had some almost like what they call punk wood. Real soft, real brittle, almost crumbles in your hands. Now the one thing I have noticed about this stove over the other tent stove, this doesn't have the, as far as I can tell, does not have the secondary burn chamber. If you remember, the other DEERFAMY stove had like dual walls and had little holes along the bottom here. It looked like little flames that allowed air to go in and over the top inside the chamber. So this, I was going to say this one will probably smoke, but as I'm looking at the chimney now, I don't see any smoke coming out of the chimney. So it may have the secondary burn chamber, or it's just efficient enough that once that fire gets going good, it doesn't smoke. So far I'm happy with it. It's a little bit, just 1 pound lighter, but it is more low profile. I may try to perk some coffee on it. Okay, here we go. Already done the initial burn, emptied the ashtray in it, started another fire, and as you can see up the chimney, she's smoking, so she hasn't gotten real hot yet. But I've got a A little 2-cup coffee pot there, 2 cups of water and some coffee grounds. Got the Cusca sitting there on the left. And now we're going to see if this DEERFAMY stove will perk coffee. The drafts are all open, so we're going to see what happens. Here you go, folks. New tent stove, hot tent stove from DEERFAMY. And guess what? It's perking coffee. It's got 2 side shelves, which will fold down, cover up the windows. It's got windows on both sides, so you can see the flames. Foldable legs. It has a dampener and 2 air inlets. One in the door, one in the ashtray that pulls out to dump your ashes. But the biggest thing, it is perking coffee. Passed my test. The stove is getting a real good burn in. You look at the color. Got the blues and got the bronze look, and it's still burning, as you can see. I've added some more wood to it. Now the racks are staying their stainless steel look. There's a view inside the window on this side. The pipe has got that blue bronze color to it, going all the way up to the spark arrestor. Come around and look from behind. Don't see no warpage on it. I think this is just as good a tent stove as the other DEERFAMY tent stove that we reviewed. You can take the provided rod and open this up and see how it's burning. Great little stove. I want to thank DEERFAMY for sending this to us to do a review for them, and appreciate it. I think it's a good stove. So far, no complaints. You know, I did say something about the gasket around the door, but don't think we need a gasket. I haven't seen any smoke coming from around the door or around the top piece right there, or from around where the chimney attachment goes on. And like I said, when you look at the spark arrestor, all you see up there are heat waves, no smoke. So even if it doesn't have a secondary chamber burn in it, it still doesn't smoke after it gets good and hot. So all in all, I think it's a great little stove. There'll be links to their Amazon store and to this stove in the description below. So be sure to check them out. And if you're interested in it, give them a shout. Appreciate you watching J&J True Outdoor Adventures. Please like, comment, and subscribe. And as always, we'll see you in the woods.